And it's just like Nicocado's whole thing is just project. He could not take responsibility for anything. And the scary part is he's like very childish about it. Welcome back to my channel, guys. So for today's video, I've actually been wanting to make a video on like the whole Stephanie Soo, Nikocado, and Veronica Wang situation, but I didn't feel it in my heart to make a video on it because, one, yes, it's very popular right now, but I just felt like I didn't really have that much to say as far as not really knowing any of them that well. And I didn't want to come on here and talk about something just because it was popular. I want to talk about things that I have a real opinion on. It's not fun having to kind of like not make up things, but just kind of make up opinions as you go. It's a lot easier to talk to you guys when I already know what I want to say, when I first have my opinions on things, when things are still fresh in my mind. And so for this specific video, something did stick out to me in this whole drama, and that was when Stephanie Soo called Nikocado a predator. I forgot which, I think maybe it was her first one, maybe it was in a post, I don't really remember. But that really stuck out to me because in her first video exposing Nikocado, she said that there is a situation where, besides her whole situation with this other guy that Nick complained about, where he invited this guy out, he paid for his flight, I guess, and like he paid for everything. And then at the end of it, he was mad he didn't get any. Now, if that isn't a red flag, I don't know what is. Anybody that gets mad because they didn't get some because they were trying to like get with somebody, I feel like automatically is a predator. You don't just get that title because you were, I don't even know. But the whole point is, I completely believe Stephanie in the sense that not only is he a predator with that one guy, he was a predator with Stephanie. He would not take any of her no's for an answer. And then whenever he just had like, whenever he was talking about the situation, and he was just like, called it like the little Me Too movement, because he didn't want to try to grab dude and then like have dude come back and say that he did anything. It's like, isn't that called respect though? Like, why are you mad that you can't force yourself on somebody unless you're actually a predator and you're actually like serially like negatively motivated to do these things? And nobody does these things because they have like a positive intent. And I am completely disgusted, and I just can't believe he like is just talking about it like it's normal. And the fact that he's degrading the Me Too movement, like that movement was designed for people that didn't have a voice. And now he, as big as he is in the mukbang community, which I watch some, but I don't really watch many videos in that like subcategory of YouTube. But if we just look, let's just look past what happened with the unnamed guy that Nick hung out with. Let's just look past that. Let's just look at the Stephanie situation. If we just look at her situation, like I said earlier, she had said no like however many times. Like, I watched her second video. I didn't watch all of it. It was a lot, but it was really good. I just wanted to watch it in breaks basically. But I'm like halfway through right now. And she just basically said that when he first messaged her, he was like, hey, I'm going to be in town. Do you want to collab? Blah, blah, blah. And she explicitly was like, no, I don't think this is a good time. The drama is still fresh. Like, she was very responsible in her responses. And that's another thing I noticed, like, whenever she showed all the texts between her and Nick. Like, her responses were very nice, and it's like they were very reasonable, and there is nothing that led me to believe in anything that she said, that one, she's a bad person, two, she has any bad intent, and three, that she was trying to use anybody. And for some reason, Nick is under that impression that she was just trying to use him and whoever else for clout. And it's just like, Nicocado's whole thing is just project. He could not take responsibility for anything. And the scary part is he's like very childish about it. Like, I don't know how old he is, but he seems old enough to be able to know how to act. And the fact that he's like just acting childish about everything. Like, he didn't get his way with the unnamed guy. He didn't get his way with Stephanie. He didn't get his way with Jake, and just being able to talk about this whole Verona thing in general, even though he's made like 500,000 videos on her, as well as mentioning Stephanie like 500,000 times in his videos, just randomly talking about her house, which I think is very scary. And I can honestly understand why Stephanie is so scared of him, even if she hadn't like said like everything that she had. The point is, Nikocado is displaying very predatory behavior, very manipulative behavior, the way he tries to spin stories. And it's like, there's not even any like almost logical like sense in his trying to defend himself and trying to make Stephanie look bad. It's just like, all these people are saying stuff against you. So, I mean, either all those people are wrong or you're wrong. And it's like, I understand people, whole groups of people may lie just to be able to preserve whatever truth they try to preserve. But just the fact that he thought he could get away with so many lies when other people have receipts too. And it killed me whenever Stephanie was like, you have my consent to post these things. Do I have your consent to post these things? And that's how you know somebody is telling the truth. The fact that she is so ready for all these things to come out. Like, she could not be more ready if she tried. Like, she put it out there in her YouTube video. She wants it to happen. She just wants the truth to come out. And it's just like, I feel bad for her to have somebody... I feel bad for her to have like somebody constantly coming at her when she honestly seems like such a nice person. And after I found out that she had a sexual assault in her own home, I could totally understand why she does not want to post anything of her house. She does not want to post anything of like her super personal life, anything that may lead anybody to know where she lives or anything like that. That is completely understandable. And if that were my friend, I mean, come on, even if I didn't know them, I would still not go against their wishes. And the fact that he just kept trying to lie, like, oh, well, she was in this one picture, she knew I was taking pictures. It's like, yeah, but according to Stephanie, she was only in one, and she had video, like home footage video of you taking other pictures of her house. And it's just like, honestly, it's a little weird. Like, even if somebody was like, oh my gosh, I love your house, I want to design mine after it, blah, blah, blah. That would be one thing. I just realized I say blah, blah, blah a lot. That would be one thing. But the fact that he's being so creepy about it, like, why wouldn't that give her PTSD? Why wouldn't that make her fearful that somebody may be able to find her house again? Why wouldn't that make her fearful that like the situation she had before would happen again? And it's just like Nick's carelessness is almost, I don't even know the correct word for it, because it's like, not only is it callous, shallow, petty, selfish, there's just so much underlying negativity behind him and everything that he does. I don't know how he has friends. Like, I know somebody else came out and said that like he scared her too. And it's like, it's one thing to be like, not aggressive, but like, I'm an Aries, so I'm like very straightforward. I can see how people could find me intimidating. That's the right word. But it's like, Nick is like a predatory intimidating. Like, you feel something wrong in you whenever he displays these behaviors and emotions towards you. You don't feel like he's doing anything for necessarily your benefit as well as his. You feel like he's trying to like, you just feel like snaky, like he's up to something, like he's slimy, like he's being sneaky. And it's just like, the way he does it is so like obvious, almost a little bit. It's just very obvious. Like, Stephanie was uncomfortable, like basically the whole point up until the video, which really just made her more uncomfortable. And Stephanie, and I know she maybe like a little more like just like emotional and like aware and just sensitive because of what happened, which there's nothing wrong with. But if you know something traumatic happened to somebody and you know they're scared of it happening again, and your first thought is just, well, I want this for me, so it's not going to turn out bad. And I just feel so sorry for her. I feel so sorry that I don't know, that she just had to fucking, oh, whoops. I try not to curse, but that she just has to struggle with this guy that is just bullshitting her and bullshitting all of us and just like gaslight. He's literally gaslighting all of us. I know that's like probably like my favorite phrase when it comes to talking about toxic people. But I mean, that's like a main trait they have. They're all very toxic. They all think they can convey their truth to other people without it like bringing up too much like, I don't know, like suspicion, I guess. But in all, Nikocado is just, I've come to the conclusion that he is definitely a predator, sexually, emotionally, social climbery, I don't know what to call it, but he needs to be extra canceled, and not in the James Charles, he keeps trying to go after straight men canceled. Like, this is like literally dangerous, and I don't understand how he's gotten away with this for so long. I know he's very popular, he has a lot of subscribers, but it's just like, maybe his personality, I've never watched any of his videos, so I don't know if his personality on screen is so just like flamboyant and out there, you look past the crazy, which could very well be true. You don't realize a lot of people are crazy until specific situations come out, and that's definitely what's happened here. And like I said in my last video, I don't like knowing other like YouTube channels based off of drama because it always gives me a negative opinion. But it's like, he didn't seem that interesting before, but now he's just like extra creepy and like basically just skeevy to me. Like, I don't know how people are still watching him, and I don't know how he's able to still show his face. But I mean, I guess we'll see how this whole situation goes, but I just know this whole situation just makes me feel sick. Like, if I would hope to God I never have a friend like that. Like, all of my friends are great and they all know my limitations. Like, I think we all know what each other's limitations, but I also think we're just normal people and we're not sitting here always trying to take advantage of the other person. And maybe that's just what it is. Maybe he's just rich, so he thinks he's able to have these opinions, and he thinks he's a lot more like morally correct and inclined to be able to feel that his way of thinking is right. I don't really know. Maybe it's a rich mentality. It's a rich YouTuber mentality. But I truly just hope that, I don't want Nikocado to come back. Like I said, I didn't watch him anyway, but it's just like I said, I don't know how old he is, but the fact that he's still acting like this is just very disgusting, very off-putting, very strange also. And I just hope that Stephanie gets everything that she wants out of the situation, which it seems like she is. A lot of people believe her. She's made her case very well. She's very sweet and very calm. And it's just like, you can just see her real personality come through her videos. And I feel like Nikocado with the whole, this is a hit job, everything is 100% fabricated. He just comes off as like almost a little Donald Trump-y as far as just like thinking like everything is a witch hunt against him, not looking at the actual facts that people have to believe these things. And yeah, I just hope everything works out in Stephanie's favor. And I'm glad Veronica came out and basically defended Stephanie and just defending her and how she felt and like understanding and like just understanding in general of Stephanie's whole situation. But she's also been a victim of Nick's constant badgering and talking shit about. And I don't know, guys. I really want this situation to end for Stephanie's sake, because I mean, now pictures of her house are like out there, and I just want her to be able to go back to trying to recover and go back to trying to relax and just go back to the life that she needs to live in order to be the version that she is. And with that, Thank you guys again for coming back if you're a returning subscriber. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Please like this video if you liked what I had to say. Share your comments down below. And like I already said, subscribe. Thank you guys again. Bye.